All right, so today we are going to look at our charts together. That'll be fun. We get another perspective. So let me pull up our charts, share my screen. Okay.
Wow, you got it both fixed, huh? North Indian and South Indian style.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's talk about these fun charts. Let's talk about the differences.
So Deepti, I noticed that you have a conjunction, the same conjunction as I do, of Sun, Mercury, and Saturn.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Do
interesting.
you have that in 11th house as well?
I have that in the 12th house. You have it in the 11th.
Yeah.
So that's a conjunction of a writer. Did you know that? Yeah.
Yes. I have, so my Venus gets debilitated in Virgo and your Sun is debilitated.
In
Right.
Libra.
Yeah.
But that gets canceled out by my exalted Saturn.
Yeah, because of Saturn, which is good.
Yeah.
You know what I'll say though, but well, not to mention all of those, even though still, I don't all look at debilitated planets like everybody else does. I don't necessarily think like an exalted planet means it's exalted for the best, you know? Like sometimes I've noticed from doing many readings that sometimes like exalted planets can be exalted and cause a lot of problems.
I have felt that about Mars in Scorpio sometimes. I feel that.
Yeah.
Especially in my case, I have Mars in Scorpio in Navamsha as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think what Heidi is saying makes sense.
Yeah, and even just like a Venus debilitated, like, I mean, yeah, it's debilitated, but I mean, I think it means we're just a little critical, you know, just in relationships, and we tend to be kind of like realistic too. Like we're not into this love, blah, blah, blah. Like we're not the most romantic. We are romantic, I guess, but we don't have false expectations because we have a debilitated Venus.
And that's good because, you know, love, it should be actions, the actions we do, right?
Yeah. And then also like Saturn exalted, I'm going to tell you Saturn exalted in my 12th doesn't mean it's like, I personally think it exalts it almost in a negative way. You know, it does give positive things, but I can tell you it has made some of the 12th house things extreme.
Oh yeah.
Right. So you have to look at it all ways, I think.
Right.
So for sure. Yeah. What else I think it's just crazy how, I mean, us three are on the end. We should kind of just take her off, huh? Because
I'm interested to see how the K2 and Mars conjunction is going for you.
How's it going? It's always going, that's for sure. It's always doing something. Here, let me just take her out of here because she's not here right this second. It's easier for me. So, well, K2 and Mars for me.
Yeah.
I can say when I was younger, it made me extremely angry a lot, you know, and very, very like, it made me actually really insecure and just not, I always felt like I was made fun of, or I always felt like somebody was judging me for something or, you know, whether it had been, and then when I like blossomed and then I, you know, found men, guys, I guess you could say, that's when it became a problem, like more so.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm going to be honest, when I was young, I had like 5 boyfriends at once. I really did. I mean, this was when I was younger, right? Or I would like date this person and date this person. And I never really, so I kind of got it all out when I was younger. And I think it used to make me jump into relationships a lot and then be in them for security reasons until I realized that I was okay alone. Then, you know, then it was different. Now I'm alone. Oh my God. It's great. And that's the problem though, because you're supposed to learn how to balance them. So you know, now when you're alone and you're stuck in your ways, you're single, it's really hard to let people in because it's like every year, every month, my list or I get more picky or, you know, just something weird.
Yeah.
And it's not even like, I don't even know where it comes out of. It's just, or something happens.
I think it's going to take the right person, you know?
Yeah, but I don't really even care about relationships. Mine's more like about so much, I'd say, about astrology and, you know, that thing. Because that's like, as long as I'm doing that, I'm happy. So
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's what fulfills you,
Yeah.
you know? Because when you're doing it, you're living out of your true essence.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I also think it's interesting how Deepti and I have, well, so Deepti and I have this, my Jupiter is in Lola.
My Jupiter is in Mula too.
Yours is in Purvashada, but it's still in Sagittarius, right?
She's got even her Jupiter in Sagittarius. That's awesome.
Mars, Jupiter, Moon, and Neptune.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't we, real quick, I'm curious, what do you guys think that's going to happen with Uranus and this? Because you know it just switched signs.
It just switched into Aries, right?
Mm-hmm. That's our 6th house.
Right. Well,
we all have Uranus in our 1st house.
Yeah, me too.
I know all of us do. Wonder what that's going to be like for. I'm paranoid as hell.
It's either going to be good, like big changes in our health, for the good, or not so good.
So have you guys changed your diet recently? Or have you guys, when Mars was transiting Aries, did you feel some kind of change in your health? Did it like make you think of your health or go to the doctor or things like that?
No.
Yeah, I kind of been indulging, and usually I don't indulge too much, and I've kind of been, you know, eating the sweets. But
I'll say with that Scorpio thing, I even asked you, I think, Lola, my skin was Saturn in the 1st. I don't know what the hell happened, but like my skin was breaking out and then I got a piece of glass stuck in my face. It was like crazy. And I've never in my life had anything on my face, like ever since I was, and actually I think even Angela also said the same thing. It was like, all of a sudden this weird stuff and my headaches intensified, my nosebleeds, because I get nosebleeds. I know that's weird, but I think it has to do with K2 and Mars in the 1st because they're just random.
Right.
But that's really what it's been for me. Mine's been just, I swear, I think because I haven't gone out, all I've done is studying. I think, and this is where I think you can use astrology and change it, okay? Because yes, if we go out, we are accident prone, right? It's dangerous, I guess, because we had that Saturn in the 1st with all that stuff. But if you stay at home, you can modify it and take out a different side of Saturn maybe, right? The Saturn that made us work, study, do astrology, you know, I started working from home. So like it almost worked out in a different way. So everybody that said, oh my gosh, something's going to happen to you, blah, blah, blah. I made sure it didn't. You know, I was really, and I've done that a lot of times, like with a lot of different scenarios. When an astrologer said to me that something was going to happen, I stayed home. Like when it was a dangerous day and I knew it was really, really dangerous, I wasn't leaving, you know? So.
That makes sense.
So and that's why when people say like, oh, you know, you can really help and avoid things when you know your astrology chart. So if I ever have a reading with somebody and I say, oh, you have to be cautious, it's not to scare you. It's not. It's to like say, you know, don't do anything, like you don't just pay way more attention on the road for the next 2 years. I know that's like 2 years, but like just do it. You're going to avoid something.
Well, astrology really helps you navigate your life, you know, and these are transits that play out your karma. And that's why we're so fortunate to know astrology, Vedic, and have come into Vedic astrology because, you know,
I think it's crazy. All of us have Neptune in Lola.
oh,
All of us have Uranus in the first, not in the all in the same nakshatra. And then
Pluto in the 12th.
yeah, Pluto in the 12th. That's, you know, there's a big Pluto thing that just happened this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just goes retrograde. So I'm curious to know how that's going to play out with us.
Right. In the second house, right? The house of money.
Is it in our third? Yeah, it's in our second house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I think it can be, I think it's going to be good for us, to be honest with you, because we're
so.
Scorpios. I don't think it's going to be bad. I think it's actually going to work well.
Yeah. I think so too.
I have noticed that sometimes everybody